Hi there, this is Kimberly with Beauty by Sound. Thank you so much for stopping and pressing the play button. I'm super excited to go through with you some pro tips, techniques on how to do foundation for mature skin going into that fall winter season. So I've got some great tips, tricks, some product must-haves, and let's get started on the video. Hi. Okay, let's get started. We are doing foundation for mature skin and going into fall winter. So what I wanted to show you is a product that is amazing for mature skin, and you can make it sheer or medium or even massive full coverage. It's by Bobbi Brown. It's called Intensive Skin Serum Foundation. It's got an SPF of 40 in it. And yes, I'm a brand ambassador for the brand, but I am obsessed with this foundation. Go for fall, winter, going into this holiday months, Thanksgiving, back to school, all of that, I go automatically to this formula because it treats and repairs the skin at the same time giving coverage that I want. I use it with this full coverage face brush. If you want a super sheer coverage, then I want you to do the steps I'm gonna do, but using your fingers. And if you want a really blown out coverage, I want you to go for your beauty blender. But I'm gonna do more of that natural medium coverage because real life is my runway and I don't do any photo editing to my day-to-day life. So I want my skin to look as hydrated and plump and perfected, toning out any redness as I can without it looking too makeup-y or settling into my fine lines. So I did do a video earlier on how to do skincare for mature skin, and I hope you found that video helpful. So my skin is already primed. I've got a hydration in it. As you can see, I like a glowing finish to my skin. I find that throughout the day, getting close to 50, my skin gets drier, dehydrated, and by the end of the day, my skin feels tired. So I like my skin to go out the door glowy. So let's get started. So even if you're using your fingers, you're using a beauty blender, I want you to look at, I have a mirror right here. I want you to look at your skin and where do you need the most coverage? And remember, there's 3 sides to your skin or your face, right? So I've got 1, 2, 3. So always double check the sides as well. And for most people, you do need to start in the center of the face. And I am applying not huge, big strokes, but I'm sort of stamping and buffing color initially through the center of my skin. So right now you can see it was about 1 drop of foundation onto my skin. And what I want to do now before I go and apply more is I want to start around the center of my face. And now I'm going to blend the foundation out. So I do have some lip balm on. I always find I take a little bit of my foundation around the edge of my lips, as well as under my eyes and through my brows. If you have done a really, if you're smoky eye or your eye makeup first, try and leave your brows till after your foundation because I want make sure that the skin around your brows is also flawless. Especially if you've gotten waxing or anything done around your eyebrows, I want to just make sure that the skin around your brows looks just as great as the skin on your forehead, temples, etc. So you can see just that 1 big drop of the Intensive Skin Serum Foundation and buffing and gently spreading the foundation. It really has given me that coverage that I want. Look at that. Now, can you see any spots that I would want to make even more perfect? I'm a little hypersensitive. I've got some spots here above my left eyebrow, so I may perfect that. And I'm going to now stop and leave the foundation. If you do have red ears, and you're wearing your hair back, don't be afraid to just stamp a little bit of foundation onto the back of your ears. But don't apply foundation down onto your neck. A lot of times, if you look, I have higher color in my chest and neck. It's a little pinker. I've obviously made my skin clear. And when I do this on a lot of women, they say, oh, but now I look so pale. But what you've done is you've taken out any discoloration on your skin. And now what we're gonna do is we're almost gonna add the color back, but where we want it. So it's like priming a wall, I always say. My mom was an interior decorator, so I talk in those terms. But I just want you to think of perfecting your skin, and then we're gonna add color where we want it. I've taken out the redness in my nose and around my chins, which I see a lot of women as we get closer to 50 may even have little bits of rosacea. So just any redness, pink, I've toned out. I've done then taking that foundation from the center of my face out to my ear. And a little trick I do, can you hear it? Is I stamp and press my foundation. So I stop and let the foundation sort of almost melt a little bit onto my skin. And I use the whole pad of my fingertips. And this really helps for the foundation and my skin to almost become one. Sounds so zen, doesn't it? But it really does. I really find it makes a difference. When I do this on my clients, they're like, oh, it feels so good. It feels like a facial. So I just do this as a little step. Again, you know, around this jawline, just tap it to the jawline, not down onto the neck. So here we are. We've got, you know, medium coverage. I have a glowing finish. And depending on where you want to go here, again, I'm showing how to for mature skin for fall, winter. So I really want to talk more to how to get the glow. And I love to set my skin with a glowing powder. So by that, I mean, let me just go over here. Dun, 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 dun. I go over and I use a Nude Illuminating Powder. They're powders from Bobbi Brown Cosmetics, and I'll show you my very well-loved, oh, I need a new one, powder that has matte and shimmer powders in it. And what it does is it's going to help to give beautiful sort of skin-like finish and set and hold the foundation, but it's not mattifying my skin at all, which I don't want. But if you find that you want your skin to be more matte, then pick up a powder that still is sheer, but has more of a matte and no shimmer luminescence in it. So again, take the powder, and do you notice the motion is, again, I'm sweeping, but also stamping a little bit. So stamping where there's sort of curves and crevices. Take the powder through the brow, onto the chin, and don't forget along the jawline. And you can see that, again, it toned down a little bit of the shine, but not too much. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna do bronzer. And bronzer, I find a lot of women are asking me constantly, do I wear bronzer in the fall, the winter? Do I not? So the answer is twofold. One, if you wanna look like you've got a suntan, yes, you can totally wear bronzer. A lot of the times what happens as we go into fall is we still have sun color on our neck and chest, and we need to use bronzers to color correct our skin. So I want you to try and find a bronzer that mimics the shade that you turn on the surface of your skin. So you can see I have more pink brown surface color. So I have found a bronzer called Medium, which has more of that pink brown that I'm gonna bring into my face. That's gonna help color connect my face, neck, and chest into one. So you can use your same brush that you have for your powder at home. I love using a big fluffy brush, this face blender brush. It's natural hairs, it's very fluffy, and it's not too dense. If you love tons of color and you're, you know, a spray tan girl, then maybe get a more dense, heavier brush. So remember, the denser the brush, the more stiff the brush, the more payoff you're gonna get onto your skin. This is fluffier, super soft, and you can see I'm applying color all over to color correct and bring out that surface warmth so that my face, neck, and chest, you see what that did? It really helped to connect the color. Very soft. Please don't forget, stamp around your mouth and go through the brows. And you can see now I've got great color matching face, neck, and chest. I've got still that glow, and then I'm ready to go. So there is super basic, but I hope you found them helpful. How to apply application tips for doing your mature skin. And I put myself in that category because I'm so close to 50. So I really wanted to make sure that you picked up the tips on how to apply foundation for mature skin going into our fall winter season. Huge hugs and thank you so much for watching. Bye.